Fellas, welcome to yet another week. We had a lot that actually went down, with the last match week in the Premier League. We had round one UCL and all the surprising news. But if we have to start anywhere, I guess we have to start with the way the week started. For me, the week starts on Sundays. So, Man U Arsenal. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I had Arsenal win this.
I also had Arsenal winning.
I agree.
I had Arsenal win this. I had Arsenal win this 2-1. I didn't expect the beat down that Man U was going to put on them. Now, in my opinion, despite what the scoreline suggests, I do think Arsenal played a good game. Unfortunately, things happened as they did, but I think Man U is just right now they've hit a good stride, and unfortunately, Arsenal was the person they had up next.
Yeah, I think what I was gonna say was for me, I think their new signing gave them a lot of momentum, and you can't really beat momentum when it starts hitting. So once that, especially come on, first day, he gets a goal, it's over. Rashford gets a second goal, another one. It was like Shaka did a great job scoring that goal because that kind of held the morale for their team. But it was just being off the fact that they signed $100 million player and he came and performed to the ability that he was supposed to perform on his first day. First impression matters, I guess. That's what I would say. And he did a good job.
And apart from that, I think Arsenal did what we expect them to do, which is collapse once they got that goal disallowed. Because all on Twitter.com, they scored first. It got disallowed correctly, as much as Arsenal fans would tell you it was a goal. And then Anthony scored it. From then, it was just all Man U. No surprise there.
Now, on Man U's side, do you think, two questions. Do you think Rashford can continue this scoring form that he's in? No. Granted, the last 18 months the man has had. Yo, Shield, I'm straight with you. I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer. I think he's just hot right now, but
I forgot about Rashford for a hot minute.
Not just you. So did England. Southgate forgot to
pick us.
I was like, oh shit, Rashford plays for Man U. I forgot about that. Wow. It was he was not doing anything for that team. So it was just like I said, momentum.
I think the problem with Rashford is not that he lacks the ability. It's also he can't seem to get a run of games and a decent manager. But I actually think Rashford might score at least more goals than he did last season or the season before because he's starting every game now and he's not injured.
He's already matched his goal tally. Stop it, guy.
Really?
He's already yes, guy. Go look it up. I'm pretty sure he's already matched the man's his goal tally from last season. Ain't nothing much to speak about.
Yeah, I can't really speak much on
after
Rashford aside, what about the entirety? What did you say?
After 6 games, he only scored 1, 2. That's insane.
Bro, last season it was awful. It was bad. Rashford aside, do you think Man U is going to continue? Because right now they've managed to bring themselves up to 5th in the table.
I mean, unless we see some crazy turnarounds from Ronaldo and in game and teamwork, I don't think so. That's how I see it.
Well, Ronaldo is
you don't see him as top 4.
I don't.
You don't see him as top 4?
don't.
Yeah. No. Oh my gosh.
I
European police. That's top 7. European place. That's top. Do you see them as European place? That's top 7.
Yeah. The reason why they were top 4, but like right now with like the power plays that was it is it them or was it Chelsea with whatever's about to happen at Chelsea, I feel like it's gonna
I
be a
like to
tie
hear it.
between them and Chelsea. So we'll see.
We'll get to Chelsea. We'll get to Chelsea. We'll get to Chelsea. I'll behave. I'll behave. We'll get to Chelsea.
This man's ready for it.
All right. But
Yo, we'll get to Chelsea. We'll get to Chelsea.
I know. But like Man U, okay. My rebuttal, I'll save it for later. But I don't think Man U can do it. I don't think they have it in them. They're gonna challenge, but Ronaldo is a super sub now for some reason. But tactically, I think they might have turned a new leaf, but in the long term, I don't see it. But hey, let's talk about Arsenal now.
Okay, so who is your top 4 now? Considering the questions that exist with Chelsea that we'll get into momentarily. Considering, who we believe Tottenham to be. I mean, all that considering, Tottenham is 3rd in the table right now. And Lord knows what's going on with Liverpool right now, which we'll get into shortly as well. But considering all that we know now, who do you see as your top 4?
Top 4
With the way Man United is going.
For me,
because if you ask me, I'm thinking it's definitely going to be at this point. I would be willing to bet Arsenal in there, Man City definitely in there. Phew, the last 2. Yikes.
Chelsea might be in there for sure. That's how I see it. But
I'm sorry, I don't see Chelsea recovering. But I don't see Chelsea recovering. I'm sorry.
Depends on who comes in.
Fair enough.
I see it being City, Arsenal, and or Chelsea, 2nd or 3rd, and then 4th.
You think
probably Tottenham.
That spot?
No.
Okay, yeah, I see Tottenham. Conte's not gonna let them fall out of the top 4.
Yeah.
So I like Arsenal. I like Man City. I like Tottenham. Or Chelsea.
Man U and Liverpool gonna drop out.
I would say it's between Brighton, crazily enough, Brighton and Chelsea.
Nah, man.
So there's a reason why
way.
Brighton won't be in there. We'll get into that when we go over with Chelsea.
All right.
Yeah,
because they have pretty much like I haven't really paid attention to them, but like on their tables with stats, they look pretty good on paper. Oh, take that back. Man U actually contend for this.
Before we get into UCL discussion, any last surprising thoughts from match week? The last match week.
This last one.
Yeah. Anything to point out to you guys before we step into?
Everton did us all a favor and took points off Liverpool, and I don't think they're gonna fight for relegation this year.
God.
Yeah, thank God. I think we can all agree that
Everton's firmly.
We all love Liverpool's downfall. I think we can all agree on that. Yeah.
On a side, before we start talking about Liverpool, just on the Everton side, real quick. My goodness, Frank Lampard, that man has a bad run of luck. As a Chelsea fan, he used to be a manager. I need to ask you, because you studied the man's management style up close. The man was, he was giving you dubs at one point, right? Helping to keep the club afloat during COVID, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you look at what Everton is going through, with your experience, having experienced him, is it more Frank Lampard or bad Everton? And Frank Lampard bad.
I think it's both because
Wow.
when COVID happened,
Wow.
we were mostly carried by Christian Pulisic. He scored like 8 goals in like 16 games, had a bunch of assists. And then, okay, we did well with kids. And then next season, it's like, okay, Lampard, let's go. We're ready. Sacked. And the reason why we sacked him is because he is simply not that level of a manager to manage that big of a club. At Everton,
I mean, you know what? You just did the same thing with one of. But we're gonna get into that.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Before we get into that, just continue on Everton.
At Everton, you have the perfect match: a bad team and an inexperienced bad coach. That's a perfect level for Frank Lampard to really suffer and learn what it takes to win and how to really get the best out of his players. Because he couldn't do it with superstars. But back at Derby, he almost got promoted.
Wait, so he didn't get the best out of Tammy? He didn't get the best out of Mount?
Why do you what if he did, then why is he not still the coach at Chelsea?
I mean, you tell me.
Because he was terrible. He couldn't. He didn't. Who are we playing? Okay, he had faith in the youth, but it wasn't enough. Why did we sack him? Lampard is not a good enough coach for Chelsea. Once things went wrong, I love Lampard, but we had to let him go for a reason because he didn't have the tactics. He had no plan B. Perfect team for him. A team where it's less pressure. You know, he's not playing with his mates and coaching, and his coaching staff is his mates, and he's coaching players that were in the same team as him. He needs something like Everton. I think they're the perfect match, and I think he's starting to figure out really like from the ground up what it takes. He even admitted it that he took the Chelsea job too early in his career. He just wasn't ready, but he couldn't resist coaching Chelsea. And hey, he helped us out a lot when we had the transfer ban, and he really brought up all those young players. But once we qualified for the Champions League, which is all we asked for him, now we're like, okay, let's give you a couple signings and see what you do. And nope, that was it. And now he's at Everton. Perfect for him. I wish him all the best. Please keep taking points off Liverpool and Man City and Tottenham, please. Because for him it's personal.
Whoa.
I would love to see it.
Personal on London. Personal on the right side of Manchester.
Everton. It's personal for Lampard because he hates all of those teams just as much as any Chelsea fan does. He's Chelsea through and through. So,
right.
Yeah.
But all right, fine. Now Liverpool, my gosh, what a dumpster fire is going on over there. And you didn't think after the just draw against Everton, you wouldn't think it gets worse.
It got worse. It got worse.
So we get into round one of UCL. After drawing at Everton, Liverpool goes out against Napoli.
Yeah.
Goes out against Napoli. I'm taking just the time to bring up the squads, the lineups. Liverpool played their natural 4-3-3. Alisson in goal. Robertson, Van Dijk, Gomez, Alexander-Arnold. Standard backline. Milner, Fabinho, Elliott. I've heard a lot of good things about Elliott, as an upcoming young player. Fabinho, ever since he got the phenomenal signing for Liverpool. That's all I've been hearing from my Liverpool fans, my Liverpool friends. Milner, standard Liverpool workman, for lack of a better term. The guy, you put him in there for a job, he'll go and do the job. And then you got Diaz, Firmino, Salah as your front line. Standard guys. And they lost 4-1 against Napoli.
I am yet to see those highlights, but
Salah.
But Just say this. I love it. I love it. I love Oh man. Look,
Salah,
They scored in
ghost.
the first 5 minutes.
Bro,
First
they
goal.
gave up 2 penalties within the 25 minutes, bro.
Van Dijk.
Liverpool conceded 2 penalties within 25 minutes. What is going on? What's happening? What is going on?
That's wild.
Like, I've never seen
I
something
feel
like this from a team.
I feel like they're very
It's prominent, isn't it?
if I'm gonna try to defend Liverpool, they're definitely missing money, but that is the problem of their own making. So that's that. And in midfield, they're
Is
starting
it their own
Milner.
making or Salah's making?
Why can't they pay both Salah and Mane? There's no reason why they can't do that.
I mean, because they have to go by, Nunes.
So Nunes is better than Mane? Did they upgrade or downgrade?
I mean, it was a record signing by their standards.
They still downgraded with a record signing. They could have given that money they used to sign Nunes to just give Mane the wages he wanted. And it would have been regular up top. They still have Luis Diaz. They still have Firmino, Salah. That's 4 crazy strikers. What has Nunes done? Got sent off 3 games. What happens in those 3 games he was suspended? They should have just kept Mane. And apart from Mane, their midfield is so messed up. They're starting the youth player. They're starting Milner, and Milner has probably played more years professionally than Elliott is alive, or something close to that. Harvey Elliott, he's just coming off a whole season gone. Didn't he break his leg?
Milner has been playing since BC. Guys. Stop. The guy was there for the creation of football.
Yeah, that midfield doesn't make any sense. Fabinho, who they have injured? They have their guy Thiago, and at least 2
He
other.
He came off the bench.
He did? Okay.
Yes, Thiago came off the bench. And they got Artur from Juventus on loan for the year, and Artur played for Barcelona.
He also did come on too. Well, and then in defense, Van Dijk is just not. I was trying to pull
He's
up.
the one that gave him the penalties.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring up his who scored rating right now, but it's probably just.
Oh, it was garbage.
Yeah,
the guy was like 5 point something.
Yeah, where is he? Where's the fraud? 6.06.
Osimhen? Yeah.
Osimhen.
Nigerian dude?
Yeah.
You need a lot of pressure on him.
Gotta give props to Napoli too, because they knew their weaknesses, and I saw one goal where the whole defense was just standing. It's like, Klopp. I'm just happy. Just a good day. Just brightened my entire mood. Like, Liverpool losing justified everything I'm about to say about Chelsea, but we'll wait.
Okay, so do you think? Not do you think? Actually, let me try the question changed up. What do you think? Actually, there you go. What do you think Liverpool needs to do to change things up? Is that like a signing? In fact, news reports came out that it's a confirmed fact. They're going after Jude Bellingham the moment the season's over, next summer transfer window.
Well, that's the thing. If it's Jude Bellingham,
think?
they should not wait until the summer. They need him yesterday. Like, their owners need to spend money, but that's not going to happen. So it's like, what could they possibly do apart from keep Klopp, who is the owner's perfect yes man, who is never going to complain? You complain about everything else, but a lack of signings.
Never going to complain
about everything else apart from the lack of signings. He's the perfect yes man.
Okay.
So it's like Klopp, and he's been there for years. This is completely his team. Sacking him, they can't pull a Chelsea and just sack Klopp and and pray somebody else will fix the problem. No, they even asked Klopp, like, are you scared they're going to Tuchel you? He's like, no. And his comeback was crazy, too. It was like something. The owners believe in me to fix it rather than somebody else. So it's like Klopp isn't going anywhere. They're thinking about summer signings instead of what's going on now. So it's like the only way they can fix it is if Klopp fixes it. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know if he can. I hope he doesn't.
He said, I hope he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't really believe in Liverpool. I don't really care about Liverpool. I'm just happy they're doing terrible right now because it justifies what's going on at Chelsea.
Okay. Last piece I wanted to focus on Liverpool. Trent Alexander-Arnold, his bad side reared its ugly head again today for one of the goals, and he was getting abused the majority of the game as well. At this point, is the man a liability, or is his offensive side so good that you just kind of live with the results defensively? Shield, it's been a while since we heard from you. I want you to start.
What'd you say?
Trent Alexander-Arnold, he got abused again today for one of the goals and throughout the game. Is it time to admit that he's a problem and really consider other options at right back, or is his offensive side of the game too valuable to even consider it, and you just got to live with the bad side of his defense?
I wouldn't say they gotta keep him, but I would say for now, for their team, my personal opinion is they should bench him at least so that he could, because if they bench him, you know what I mean, it'll give him more of a reality check, because he's actually really good when it comes to the aggressive aspect of it, which helps the team, and that, especially at that right back position. But long term, I think it's either they bench him or they get a new player.
I just had the best idea.
A bunch of things to say.
I just had the best idea. Klopp, what if Klopp plays? Because what's his name? Trent can't defend. We all know that. Once you start running at him, and Van Dijk is not really. Van Dijk is not really. Van Dijk is not really like the elite level he's shown right now, and he's not covering Trent's weaknesses. And also, there's no midfield in front of them either. So, what if Klopp starts playing like a 3-4-3 and puts Trent as wingback, so he can run up and down as much as he wants without leaving the back three exposed?
I don't think
because Liverpool, then you'd only have to play two in the midfield. That could be Thiago and Arthur. You have Trent, you have Van Dijk, you have two players next to Van Dijk, and up front you can still have any combination of Salah, Nunez, and Diaz, Firmino. Why not?
Wait, so who would be the three center backs?
Let's see who is in these people's squad. Gomez, Robertson can play Robertson in center back. Matip can play wing back.
Stop.
Why not?
Matip. It would have to be Van Dijk's, Matip, and Gomez. And while that's enough, when either one of Matip or Gomez is standing next to Van Dijk in the back four, a back three consisted of all three of them. Goals. Because Robertson, you put Robertson and Trent as your wingbacks, it's already bad enough how they go forward, and there's still defensive liabilities. Bro, the whole point of a back three is that at any time you can have support from either the midfield dropping in.
But you don't understand that when they drop
these
back,
guys will never drop back. These guys
so
will never.
They're not dropping back in a 4-man defense. So why not try a 5-man defense where you have 3 center backs instead of 2?
Because here's
Thomas
the thing.
Tuchel excelled for that run into the Champions League with 5. Conte excelled when he was at Chelsea when he switched to that 5 because we could not play with 4. We tried 5. I don't know why. It's not that crazy of an idea for Liverpool to switch to a back 3. I don't think it is, especially as their midfield even if it's just to cover until their midfield is healthy again. Because what's happening now, it's not working. I don't think he can keep playing them and it's going to work. If he benches Trent, who is he going to play? You know, like.
They don't have anyone else to cover for that position.
I don't know. Honestly, I hope they don't try it and I hope their woes continue. So, knock on wood.
I don't know, man. I think I'd much rather, them do like a 4-2-3-1. That way you equally support all your trouble areas. If you needed somebody to jump into your weak midfield, it's a much shorter distance. If you need somebody to, cover for a useless Trent, it's also a much shorter distance because it's right there. I can understand the idea of the back 5, but my whole thing with the back 5 is if you're already having trouble with somebody coming back on a back 4, that's just gonna increase exponentially because they're gonna have the safety of the fact that I'm a wingback.
But that's a coach's job.
I have the freedom to be.
That's it. No. Wingbacks go up and down. Right backs like Trent are not supposed to be going all the way up. That's just Trent's, and it's been working. But at wingback, it allows him to do that. But Klopp has to say, hey, you can't just bomb up from right back anymore. You have to run back. You have to. The other guy on the other side. Look at Chelsea when it was working. I think Klopp can do it.
My thing is Klopp has been telling him now to come back, and it hasn't been working. So what makes you think is him telling him to come back is going to work any better in the back 5?
Well, maybe. Why, well, that's the thing. It's on Klopp. I don't know why he's. If you're instructing a player to, is he really instructing him to come back? You're instructing your right back not to stay up at right wing, and he's not doing it. So, like, why are you still playing him?
What?
I don't watch that many Liverpool games. I just know that once they get hit on the counter,
I barely watch their games.
Yeah.
So
all I know is like the games I see. If there's a pacey winger against him, he suffers. If it's Reece James against him, he suffers. He's finished. But then just don't ask him to defend. He can't defend. Just put him at right wing back and have people to cover him. And when he's up there, ask the midfield to drop and cover for him. Now it's like they just leave that wing open and they pray for the best for Salah and Mane and miracles.
Well, they are playing on Sunday.
has anybody ever changed like formation mid game? Like why don't they try doing something like that?
Yes. My ex-coach used to do that all the time and it never worked.
You know what I mean? So instead of running like a 4-3-3, they could run it to like a 4-3-2-1. That way they have more people up front. It's like one striker obviously going higher with the ball, and then the 2 to assist because there's more pressure coming up on top of them. But that's if they. I don't think like it depends on the team's like I say synchronization. If they can run it and pull it off. Like I said, I barely watched Liverpool's matches, but that would have been like a good backup.
Yeah, I don't think 4-3-3 is really a flexible formation like that because I know like
especially now when other teams running the same 4-3-3 though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm literally looking at the lineup. It's literally they have every man to man.
That's
at that
the
point.
Thing. I know
like it's deadlocked out.
I know, like at least in like a back 3, if your right wing back goes up, your left wing back can just slot in. And everybody moves to the side. Now it's a back 4. But in like Liverpool's 4-3-3, that just doesn't happen. That position is just open. And whoever is trying to cover for him isn't capable of playing right back. That's why I say switch to a very flexible formation like the 3-4-3. can be a 3-4-2-1. It can be a 1-2. It can on defense. It can be a flat back five. Hey,
Okay. Well, to wrap up on Liverpool, they play Wolves this upcoming match week in the Prem. What we got is this the week they say that they're Liverpool again, or do they find themselves stumbling over yet another banana peel? Oh, my guy said he has no faith. We'll say you.
wait, who did they play next? You said Wolves?
Wolves. Yeah.
Oh, hell no. Destroyed them. I didn't register in my mind.
Wow, you take it back.
The Wolves are going to destroy Liverpool so badly.
They're hungry, man. Inshallah, the answer is no. Liverpool won't be back. I'm not I'm rooting for Wolves hard, and I'm not even going. I don't know what's going on with Wolves. Actually, let me look at the standings. Wolves are 14th place.
Yeah. Well, they're not the best team. I didn't say that, but they're very good at targeting big teams.
Yep, they're very good at that, pulling off
Especially
the upset.
like Liverpool.
And Chelsea. I'll say that out loud.
Who did they just play recently though? I saw their game highlight.
Oh, wait. It's perfect. Aren't Wolves signing Diego Costa? Because their star man got injured.
That's happening?
Yes. Who is Diego Costa signing for? Wolves. Yes. 9 hours ago, successful work permit appeal went through.
Oh?
Perfect. He's gonna go. Oh man, Diego Costa is back. He's back. He's hungry. He's a wolf. This is a perfect time. Whew, I hope he's fit for the match because he's been a free agent.
Yeah, they just
How old is Diego Costa?
33.
Yeah, it's old. 33, 34.
He's 33? Nah, this is the oldest 33-year-old I've ever seen in my life. What? I'm looking at pictures. You sure this is a 33-year-old? No, this is a 50-year-old man. Stop it. Nah, he lied on his birthday, bro. He lied on wherever he started academy, he lied.
He's still going at it, man. He's like Buffon. Buffon's like, I don't know, man. But unfortunately for Wolves, I think the striker that they signed, their record signing, only played 35 minutes of his first game before he tore his ACL. So now they have to get Diego Costa.
You signed it?
Yeah. That's why they signed Diego Costa. Yeah.
Oh,
that's great.
Let me see. I can find his name.
All right, well, y'all root for Wolves. I think it's going to be a draw.
A draw is more realistic. More realistic, but if Costa can start, I'm definitely leaning towards Wolves. But for now, I'll leave it at draw.
Okay. To be honest, the other matches in the Champions League weren't really that notable. Man City did what they were going to do. Alan scored like he does. That man's he sees the pitch. He's good for a goal.
You hate to see
Lewandowski with Barcelona did their thing.
You hate to see it.
Bayern, they won against Inter Milan.
I hate seeing it.
Juventus lost against PSG. PSG, they looked exactly like they're going to look. When they have the ball, they're on. When they don't have the ball, they're trash.
Mbappe.
Yes. But
first half they were absolutely on. Second half they just
basura.
The way that just was able. No.
Basically, if Mbappe didn't score those 2 goals in the first half, and that was the first 15, 20 minutes of the game, which is what really gave me.
Mind you, Juventus had the opportunity to tie the match plenty of times in the second half. Even to close out the game. The game ended on a missed Juventus chance. You know what? Let me not even speak on PSG. PS frauds. Nonsense. With that said, the last...
He said these men are frauds.
Yeah. Yeah. With that said, the last crazy match that happened in UCL round one happened to be the team that we mentioned, earlier and at different times at this point up in this podcast. Shegz, I'm gonna just let you start. Please explain yourself, explain your squad, explain how you came about losing to. Let me go look who you guys lost to again. Dynamo Zagreb.
Zagreb.
Explain yourself. 1-0.
It was crazy. If I remember right, it wasn't really like the other team scored it either.
All of your misfortunes, by the way, have culminated to this morning. The breaking news: Tuchel. Yo, I read a report. The guy Tuchel walked into. Matter of fact, let me get this report so I can actually read to you what this report said. Shocked.
Last interview, you could just see it all over his face. He was like, "Damn, man, it's go time. Time to go."
Yo, I have the report. All right. Thomas Tuchel was reportedly left astounded on receiving the news of his immediate firing by Chelsea's new ownership on Wednesday. Let me see. According to The Sun, Tuchel was hurried into a 10-minute conference call with the Chelsea hierarchy when he showed up at Cobham on Wednesday morning. Despite his pleas of offering him more time to turn things around at Stamford Bridge, he was shown the door exactly 100 days into the new club's ownership.
Damn.
Bro, the man walked up to training this morning thinking he was going to start training. He found nobody there. Just got a phone call, said, "Come to my office." And they said, "You're done." Shegz, explain yourself, your club, your form, everything, please. The floor is yours.
First of all, I'd like to say Chelsea Football Club are back. Okay? We're finally a serious club.
Back where? Backstacking managers, yeah?
Yes, we're back. We're back. We're back. Because, you see, the thing with Tuchel, honestly, like, I'm kind of devastated. They sacked him. But everybody saw the signs.
Please indulge me. What signs were these?
This is toxic. What?
Look. Okay, so we sacked Lampard, right? All right.
Whoa. What does Lampard have to do with Tuchel? You said there were signs of Tuchel.
Can I cook?
Please,
can I cook? Let me cook.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, chef.
We sacked Lampard, got Tuchel in, boom, 3-4-3. And what won us that Champions League? Defense.
Mm-hmm.
Defense won us that Champions League. Okay, last season. We're going strong. Lose Ben Chilwell. Lose Rich James. Lose Kante. Thiago Silva can't play.
All those before? I just have a question. Did you lose all those players before December? Because that was when you were already out of the Premier League race. By December, you were gone.
Did I not say November? But we lost all those players, and we kept going down and down. And then what happens around New Year's?
I wasn't really paying attention during that time of the year, but why did you lose all those players?
It's an injury. Ben Chilwell tore his ACL. Reece James tore his hamstring. Kante doesn't have a hamstring. And then on top of all that, we're like, okay, maybe we won't. Maybe we won't. We won't win the Premier League this year because we have so much injuries. Of course, if they're stayed healthy, okay, we won't. And then all of a sudden now, Russia decides to invade Ukraine. Now we don't have an ownership. So it was all downhill from there. In fact, I'm going to blame Russia. I am blaming Russia for Tuchel getting the sack. But hey, that wasn't what I was gonna say, but that's part of the problem. But anyways, we still did good. We still did. Russia is very relevant when it comes to Chelsea because why did Abramovich sell the club? Because of pressure from the UK government. Because Russia invaded Ukraine.
What team is that from? What country do they hail from, please?
Russia. It's all come around full circle. Can I cook? Let me cook. So, you remember how it was? They're like, Chelsea is finished. They can't spend no money, sanctions. They're blaming us for starting World War III, blah, blah, blah. The only constant was Tuchel keeping us alive. We made it to 2 finals. Somehow, we lost to Liverpool, who are shits, and they couldn't beat us. But hey, we still finished in top 4 by some random miracle because it should have been Tottenham and Arsenal because they fumbled. And while we were fumbling, there's nothing wrong with y'all clubs, but you have fumbled. Well, Man U had their manager problems, but Arsenal definitely should have finished in the top 4 last season over Chelsea. But hey, with some luck and with Tuchel doing everything he can do, and hey, even when we were fumbling, the signs were still there that this guy trying so many formations, playing players out of position. We played SAR so many times, it must have been at least 6 different people that played wing back. But honestly, Chilwell and James are both injured. Okay, new season, new owners. Everything is happy. Everything is gonna work. We're paying for these players, and then everybody's fit, and it's the same thing that happened last season during that disaster run. In my life as a Chelsea fan, I've never been so had this siege mentality that everything is gonna be okay no matter what. But as far as Tuchel goes, it's like we gave you all the keys. You still can't figure it out. Like I said last podcast, I'm sure Tuchel is gonna figure it out, but he couldn't. And at least our ownership is let's start from zero from everybody. They got rid of everybody. Honestly, I feel like they shouldn't have signed the players Tuchel wanted, but hey, they thought he wasn't the guy. I wish Tuchel best of luck, and Graham Potter, I think, is next. So I've never in my life as a Chelsea fan, I don't think I've ever had an English manager. So it's a new era, and I'm starting to think we're back. I swear, I promise you, we're finishing top 4 and we're challenging for trophies this year.
You're not finishing top 4. Stop it. You're not finishing top 4. That's number one.
Let's put money on it.
That's not a lot of bullshit, but.
Yeah. And to wrap it up, we got knocked out. His last game that got him fired was a Russian club. Don't you see the campaign against Chelsea here, bro? What is the bullshit? You don't even watch Chelsea games, bro. You don't pay attention. I beat this club.
So who's Russian club? Who's a Russian club?
Isn't it? Oh, wait, are they from?
No, Dynamo Zagreb is Croatian.
Same shit.
Look, you know that.
Wait, they're about to be a Russian club if Russia keeps winning.
All right, so it sounds like the very next question I was going to ask you was, who did you want as manager? It sounds like you really like the Brighton manager.
I like the Brighton manager.
That's
I would take Pep, but I'll settle for.
You shut up. The man's not available. Hold on. So you don't like Pochettino?
Nah, man. Poch just No, I don't like Pochettino at all. All them years at Tottenham, what did he really do? And
No, wait.
then,
That's not
oh,
Pochettino's
recent.
fault, though. That's Tottenham.
Okay, I'll give you that. It's Spurs.
Okay, thank you. Because you can't tell me the guy gets it. The only thing I'll fault Pochettino for is he should have never started Harry Kane for that Champions League final. He should have just left it Son through the middle, Lucas on the right, because Lucas it was on the back of Lucas that you guys got to the Champions League final in the first place, because the guy has went through
But how
from the final scoring goals, bro. Come on.
Wait, Kane came back from injury for that final, or what? Why?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he came back from injury from that final. He hadn't played all the way up until that point.
Damn. Okay, that might have been maybe off the bench, but it's like, Spurs mentality. It got to him, and then at PSG, he won a couple trophies, but he was just always gonna get fired at some point. So why would we bring him to Chelsea? He's not better than Tuchel. So, but Graham Potter, honestly, I don't know what the owner sees in him, but I look at the results and I'm like, okay, they're doing really well. I'll give it a shot. And firing managers has always worked out for Chelsea, so I don't think that's gonna stop anytime soon. We always fire our managers. Always. We're
Man, I did this.
The only difference is we don't fire them this early. Now that's the most shocking part. We never fire them.
What
this
do you
early.
mean, bro? I did this exercise earlier. Shield. They have not had a manager go past 3 years, bro.
This early in the season. Have we fired them this early in the season? Like after 6-7 games?
Football, like 4 or 5 years ago, and the amount of time I've actually paid attention to Chelsea, every time it's always a new manager. Always a new manager. It's never the same one.
I mean, what? Man City has had, 2 managers in the past 10 years? And how many Champions League do you have to show for it?
You guys can't even look at the history because you guys
we sacked our club legend to hire Tuchel, and what happened? We won the Champions League. We won 3 trophies. 3 European trophies.
He became a club legend. Let's be real.
He did. It worked. So did it work or did it not work? Did sacking Lampard not work?
And you sacked him.
Yeah. We did.
We did. You took a better legend for this legend.
Would Man U sack Sir Alex?
It was worth it at the end of the day.
It's a club legend.
Would they sack who? Isn't Ole a club legend? Did they not sack him, even though they took so long?
Is he a club legend? I don't think so.
He's part of the class of '94.
Okay.
He's a club legend.
That's not a managerial class. Sir Alex is part of the managerial legends. Tuchel is
you can't compare Sir Alex.
Whatever you can say.
Come on, bro. You're really comparing Tuchel to Sir Alex as far as their legend.
No, of course not.
Sir Alex was there for 20.
No, I'm gonna pause. Okay. I'm not comparing CV to CV, but if we're talking about what they've done to their respective clubs,
there's no comparison.
The height of club football is the UCL at this point, right or wrong?
Okay.
Sir Alex is a Man U club legend due to his performance in the UCL for that club, right or wrong? Okay.
It's not just that. So come on, bro. That's BS. That's BS. That's BS.
Am I wrong? Is not a club legend for Chelsea due to his performance that he's done for you guys?
No, he's actually not.
This season you guys even have
100 days.
If you have 6 Champions Leagues and Tuchel gives you that, come on.
How many coaches?
Bro, you're talking like somebody who has never won the Champions League. No. He is not a club legend. He is not. Just
one that we're fighting for. Just one that we're fighting for. The little games,
bro. He only did. Yes, because you played like garbage. And the new ownership is ready to. You know what? It's not just the play style. It's the relationship between the ownership and Tuchel. It's Tuchel not being able to communicate in a time where we have no sporting director. Like, we cleared out all our executives. Tuchel was supposed to bridge that gap and make sure the team succeeded. Even though the success is the most important part, but he couldn't do that. He's not a club legend. We all need to get over it and look forward, because it's not. You keep bringing up Sir Alex. Sir Alex spent 25 years at Man U. How does that compare to Tuchel?
Let me understand something. Let me understand something. I was not comparing the CV to CV. I'm just comparing of what the man has done for the club. Now, Sir Alex has been you're right. He spent all that time at Manchester United, and he's responsible for, I want to say, over 50% of potentially 50% of their European trophies. Right or wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably all
now,
of
would
them.
you believe if I told you that Thomas Tuchel is responsible
he's actually
for 50% of your trophies?
Sir Alex is responsible for all of them. Like most of them, 80%.
I understand. Okay, 80%. That's fine.
Okay, go ahead.
But let me tell you. Would you believe I told you Thomas Tuchel is also responsible
I know what.
for
50%.
Your UCL trophies.
Okay, so
does that not make him a legend for you?
No, not really.
Should be.
No,
Wow.
not really. He will always be remembered. He will always be remembered as the manager who won. Can I speak? He will always be remembered as the manager who won those 3 trophies. But apart from that, that's it. We have greater managers than him.
He doesn't go into your Ring of Honor.
He doesn't deserve the respect because he won a couple trophies, like Mourinho or a Conte or Ancelotti. Okay, Tuchel did what he did when he did, but this is a new era. Is he a legend? Okay, yeah, he's in the legend books. Okay, he won us this, but what is the point of calling him a legend? Like what? We're not supposed to fire him because what?
Firing is one thing. You can sack him all you want. I'm just like, now that he's gone, what's his legacy for Chelsea? He's
one of our greatest managers that won us 3 European trophies. It was a talented manager. He took us through rough times into our new era. And then once we got to the new era, the ownership decided to let him go. That's his legacy.
Question. If Chelsea were to have
fans, dumped them too. Nobody came to that man's support. Y'all did not be like, oh, why? Everybody look at the way y'all were like, oh yeah.
No. Fans did come to the support.
Fans are crying right now. They're upset.
Fans did come to the support. They were upset. They were upset. But question for you. Yeah. Damn, I think I just lost it.
Tuchel.
It is about Tuchel. Oh, yes. You just brought it back. Thank you. So if Chelsea were to have a Hall of Fame, does Tuchel win it?
What's the point of this question?
There is a point, guy. Right now, I think you're just chatting all this
Look. Let me answer your question. Let me answer your question.
It's a yes or no question. What is it?
If there's a Hall of Fame of managers, yes, Tuchel is in it.
No, not of managers. Chelsea Hall of Fame.
Chelsea managers. Yes, he's in there. Yes. Chelsea Hall of Fame is in there.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
All right, that's where we ended.
Like basically 80% of the managers we fired in the past 20 years. He's up there. But I feel like you're a man this coming from a Man City fan. We should have been won Club World Cup. We should have been won the Super Cup. We should have been won another Champions League.
Champions League.
We want to win more.
You only have 2, and he gave you one of those. You only have 2.
Well, somebody else will give us 3.
And on that note, it's been a wonderful podcast, guys. Thank you for listening in. Hope to catch you next time on the next episode. Peace.
Sayonara.